my fellow comic book collectors, it's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is part 12 of this unboxing. It's just this little collection of comics, and it should be a pretty good collection. Some pretty interesting things, actually. We're going to start out with a small, minor key. You can pick this book up for $5 to $10. It is really small, but it is one that is like one of those Spec comics, I guess. And it's Superman number 264, and this is the first appearance of Steve Lumber, who is going to be mentioned or brought into the movie with James Gunn, the Superman movie with James Gunn. So a little bit of Spec related to this character. Will it turn out to be anything? Maybe it will go up to $20. I don't know. It's one of those Spec related books. Probably not a good Spec in my opinion, but it was cheap. As I said, when it's that cheap, I sometimes do these kind of things where if it's a no-brainer Spec where it's like $5, $10, I figure why not? You know, what if it goes up to $20? You know, double your money. Now this next one is actually really interesting. It's a group of books all related to a character that I really do like. I'm a big fan of Invincible. And so what I wanted to do is get his first appearance. And I thought I had it. I thought I had his first appearance. I bought a bunch of books. He made his first appearance in, what's it called? One of the Savage Dragon books. And he also made his first appearance in a bunch of other books. Well, they would have these kind of previews that they would do, and they would show him in other books. So one of the previews was in G.I. Joe, of all books. So G.I. Joe had a Invincible preview in it. So this is G.I. Joe. Another one that had an Invincible preview was this one. I found a 9/8 slab of it that was very affordable. This is Masters of the Universe. And it even says on the slab, Invincible Preview. Wraparound cover. So, Invincible Preview inside. It's actually kind of a cool wraparound too, by the way. So this one actually I like having as a 9/8 slab because it's kind of a cool cover. And the cover is by Earl. What is that? Shoot, it's reflective. Norm? I actually really like this cover. It's quite nice. So, and it's an Invincible key as well. so this is one of the ones that was one of the preview issues. Now, these preview issues came out at different times. So they were all like in around that, like October, November of 2002, when Invincible was getting kind of launched. This next book is considered to be the first of these preview comics. And it was Noble Causes number 3. Now there's 2 covers for Noble Causes number 3. There's another one which has gone up really crazily, and this one, which has gone up even more crazily. This is the one with actually Invincible on the cover, though, and that's why I wanted it. The other one isn't as good because he's not on the cover. So this is not only the first appearance of Invincible, but it's also the first cover appearance of Invincible, which makes it doubly cool. So this is Noble Causes number 3. Okay, and then we got a Doll Man. Randomness here. Doll Man number 41. I just thought, I always love this cover. This is like a headless horseman. I always liked the story of Sleepy Hollow. And this is, yeah, this is just a cool one. This is Doll Man number 41. Okay. So this next book is one I had to do a little bit of censoring for. It's like one of these risque kind of comics. This one actually, I bid on it a couple times, like in a slab, and I always go for some crazy price. So I found somebody that had a raw copy that was fairly affordable, like 20 bucks. So it's kind of like Ronald McDonald. Like you can see it's like McDonald's there. And maybe the female version of Ronald McDonald. Yeah, so I thought it was kind of cute. And what does it say? Kingslayer, because I guess she kills kills Burger King because she's a Ronald McDonald girl. I thought it was cute. Okay, this next one is one that I actually saw in one of my cover challenges. So I did a cover challenge where I asked people to show spring covers that remind them of spring. And Celia from Gotham and Glam, she did a really good job actually of responding to my cover challenge. And she showed this book. And she said the reason she showed this book was she talked about spring cleaning. And one of the things you do is you get all the junk out of your house and you bring it to the lawn and you sell it off, right? Well, that's what this is. Batman auction. He's like doing a little spring cleaning. He's getting rid of Robin's suit and he's getting rid of the batarang and just the different things and even the utility belt and just kind of funny. So I think this is kind of funny. So what does it say? People of Gotham City, everything connected with Batman has been sold except for my uniform. What am I? Now what I am bid. So he's getting rid of everything. Okay, so I thought that was a cute cover. So I picked that one up. Now this next one is interesting because it's one where a lot of people think that another book is the first appearance of this character, but really it's this book. This is Pokemon. It's a 3-pack. It's like actually multiple. Is it 3-pack or just 1-pack? Actually, it's just one book. Sorry, it's just one book. And it's Mewtwo Strikes Back #1. This is the very first appearance of Pokemon. And, I got it in the actual pack, which makes it a little bit more fun. It was originally $3.95. So, yeah. So, it's kind of fun. Show you the back as well. And this wasn't that expensive. Still under the radar. I think it was like 20 bucks. But for the first appearance of Pokemon, I think it's really underrated. I think that's a really, a book that should be way more valuable because Pokemon is kind of a major iconic character for video games, especially, but even for anime. When I bought that, they actually threw in some little freebies. So I'm going to open up the little freebies and it says, thank you for your order. Now let's see what's inside. Oh, painter's tape really sticks to this. Okay. And so you got the little thank you card. And it's like a whole bunch of little stickers. Pokemon stickers. So what is this? Star? OMA star? I thought it was upside down before, but I guess that's the way he looks. Okay. And we got Psyduck. I always thought Psyduck was kind of cute. And Misdrevious. And then we got, I can't read these ones, just different characters. And then we got another Pikachu. And then Pillow Swine. And then Senti Scorch. Scorch? Yeah, Scorch. And then I'm not sure what this one is, and it looks like a puzzle piece on the back. So I guess you'd get a whole bunch of different cards and make the whole picture. So that's it. So those, I don't know, nice little extra bonus. I like when people do that. They give a little extra. Okay, this next one is another series that I'm trying to complete for the Golden Age. It's Cowgirl Romances, number 6. But, you know, it's kind of cool. It's not in high grade. They're saying it's a VG, good to VG, so a 3.0 range. They actually put all the gradius notes on the back, which I think is funny. But I think it's just a really great cover. I think this is, it looks like Maurice Whitman did the cover. And it's just a really cool one. I like Cowgirl Romances. It's a good series for good girl art. And then we got this one. And this is Marvel Knights. Number, and this is supposedly one of those kind of maybe first appearances of the Black Widow, but where it's Yolanda. I think that's supposed to be her, but I'm not sure. So, yeah, so just one of those ones where it's kind of maybe a cameo first appearance kind of thing. So this is Marvel Knights number 2, I believe. Or it's just the Wizard Marvel Knights Wave 2, I guess. Okay. And then get some more Golden Age. So it's like modern Golden Age. It's all over the place. So this one is just a kind of a cool cover. This is Crime Detective. I'm not sure what issue number it is. I was trying to find out what the issue number is. And it's kind of cool. She's like, it looks like this guy's like spraying. What's going on here? How does this work? I'm not even sure what's going on this cover. Got this arm that's reaching, but there's no head. I don't know where the guy's head is. And the guy's in the bed, and he looks like he's getting suffocated. And then this girl's like stealing a whole bunch of stuff. And then it looks like they're spraying out some gas and knocking out the doctor and the nurse. It's a really interesting cover. Now, Crime Detective is a series which I don't really collect, but I just picked up a few of the issues from it because there's certain keys in it. Crime Detective number 9 has a Frederick Wortham cover, and it's just kind of cool because it was actually mentioned in The Seduction of the Innocent. But this one, I have no idea. Just thought it was a cool book. And then we got Superman 141. And this is actually the first appearance of, what's her name? Kal-El? No, not Kal-El. I think it's like the first appearance of like one of the characters. Like I want to say like it's either Jor-El or Laurel, or it's not. It's one of those ones. They don't recognize me. I'm their son, Kal-El, whom they've sent to Earth in a rocket just before Krypton exploded. I've come back through the time barrier to save them too, but it's hopeless. So I think this is when the parents actually get named and, you know, kind of their first appearance. So kind of a cool book. I'm trying to remember. Like, you can tell me in the comments. I'll actually put it in the description as well, but we'll look it up. I'll look it up. Okay, this next one's actually a really cool book. And this is one of those ones where free comic book days often actually have first appearances as well. And this is a free comic book day book that happens to have a pretty cool first appearance. This is Free Comic Book Day from 2017, and it's the first appearance of Monster High in comics. It's kind of a cool one. Monster High, you know, got, let's see if I know their characters' names. I think this is Frankie, and this is, like, she's the Dracula one. I'm just trying to remember her name. See, I don't even remember their names. Okay, but my kids really liked Monster High, so sometimes I get things based on nostalgia for my kids. So yeah, So this is Monster High, first appearance. Thought it was cool. Okay, and then this next one is a Golden Age first appearance. It's a little rough. It's got a big piece out of it, but this is WoW Comics number 4. This is actually the first appearance of Pinky. Pinky is this character right here. Pinky is Mr. Scarlet's sidekick. So this is WoW Comics, and WoW Comics is Fawcett. So these are kind of like the second tier to Fawcett characters. Like you have like Captain Marvel, obviously is the big one, Mary Marvel and all those. But another one of their staple characters was Mr. Scarlet. So this is where he gets his sidekick. It's cool that the sidekick's actually on the cover as well. Sad that this copy is missing a big chunk, but it's still a cool first appearance. Now, speaking of really cool first appearances, the last book I have to show in this slot is the first appearance of a major character. I actually showed this a few weeks ago or months ago, and when by the time you guys watch this, on a channel where we were talking about under the radar or undervalued key books. And I said that this one, to me, was by far the most undervalued and underrated key book. Because you can pick this up. I picked it up for $80. I think that's a steal. So I'll show you the book. It's this one. This is a promotional comic from Kellogg's. You can see it on the back, Kellogg's. But it's Buck Rogers from the 25th century. And this is the first appearance of Buck Rogers in a comic book. Now, see, this is where it becomes questionable. Is it a comic book? It's like a promotional comic, but it is a comic book. It's just a little smaller than a regular comic, but still, it's really cool. I like the sci-fi cover. And it's one of those ones where the promotional comics, they would have like text, right? But you see, little pictures and stuff. So it is a comic book, but maybe not the standard comic book format. But this is really early on. This is from 1931, I believe. Let's see. Let me just make sure I give you the right date. Sorry, 1933. So just a cool book, little promotional comic, very inexpensive. It's sad that they're not really that expensive. Considering it is such a major key first appearance. So I thought that was underrated. I thought that was a good example of a book that is undervalued in a way. I really think there's a lot more value there. Okay, so that is this part. The next part of these unboxing will be the grand finale. And the grand finale has, I pretty much put not all the big books. Like if you look at the other parts, there's some pretty big books that were in the other parts of this unboxing, but the finale definitely has some of the bigger books. So I hope you enjoy that coming up next. So obviously you're gonna subscribe to the channel and you're gonna like this video and you're gonna comment how you're so excited for the finale. So we'll see. Okay, bye for now.